everyone, I'm back with the studio lights because we're in that time of the year when the lighting is totally unpredictable. So I have a number of things today. Do not be surprised by the chartreuse color being heavily featured in this video, but yeah, I could not not feature it because it has been a color I have very often used in the month of October. So what do we have? We have Winsor Newton Designer Gouache in two colors. I have one watercolor which I really enjoyed repeatedly, which is by Schmincke. We have two colors here by Holbein, and this is the Gouache Acryla. And then we have two Rowney acrylic inks and a number of a few pencils and the Neocolor I and IIs here, which we will go through, swatch all of those together and hopefully have a lot of fun. So let's start with the kind of pencil mediums. So for the pencil I have Chartreuse Green here, which I will do a nice large swatch for you. So that's our Chartreuse Green. Then we have, let's see, this is the Caran Indanthrone Blue. It's been a great pop of color when I want something dark but I don't want to go quite black, and it seems to be working really well next to Chartreuse. So as a color palette it works well together as well. I actually had to revisit last month's favorites just because I thought there might be quite a few products that are repeated, and I just wanted to make sure I'm not filming the exact same video, because otherwise I could just tell you nothing has changed and kind of point you towards last month's video. But actually there have been a few new colors or colors that I have rediscovered. Since, and so that's why I thought it'd be good to show you these colors. Okay, next we have a water soluble pencil here. I'm just looking for an eraser, not eraser, a sharpener. This is Derwent Inktense in Sherbet Lemon. When I was doing the chartreuse video recently, I have rediscovered this pencil and it's so beautiful that I had to include it in October favorites. So on its own it looks alright. Nice color, nothing that dramatic. But once you start to introduce water to it, now this is when things become very interesting. Okay, and then we have neon yellow fluorescent. No, that's not right. I had a different color in mind. So this is the color I actually wanted. So that's the poison green. I'm always in the process trying to find nice little trays to keep my art supplies in. I just like them to be in one layer, but obviously once your collection is growing, you get more colors. What happens is that it becomes wider, and so the tray doesn't work anymore, so you have to move out of that tray into a new one. So it's a kind of constant process. Okay, let's look at these Caran d'Ache. So we have Caran d'Ache Neocolor I, and then two of these are Neocolor II. Difference is this is a wax-based crayon, and this one is water-soluble wax pastel. Well, they both are wax pastel. This is a permanent and this is water-soluble. So if you wanted, I'm just thinking maybe I should change up the color, otherwise we have a bunch of chartreuse here. So let's start with the warm color. This is a beige, and this, along with a couple of other colors and products in this video, I actually have purchased in a mini haul, and I filmed it, but I just haven't had time to edit it and post it, and I think it will be coming very soon. If not just before this video, then very soon after. I just need to figure out how to do it. So this was beige, and then a Neocolor II is light gray, so it's a cool toned gray, and I like it a lot next to the upcoming color. You'll see they sit very well together, and actually as a trio color palette they also work very well. So here is lemon yellow. So far we have 4 chartreuse colors here, and there is one more coming. Last one, I promise. Otherwise you might have a deja vu thinking you already watched this. But no, that was my chartreuse video. Okay, so I will show you what happens once you add a bit of water to the Neocolor IIs. So you can see how milky they become. Very, very pretty. And then we have got, so let me just title quickly the first row and then I'll move on to the second. Let's move on to Designer's Gouache by Winsor Newton, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to start with the raw sienna, which is just such a beautiful color. It reminds me a lot on the 90s. I'm not entirely sure why exactly, but it's the leather that was fashionable back then. In this color, like the jackets, shoes, belts, bags, handbags, that sort of thing. That's a beautiful color. And this is the Linden Green. Absolutely love this color. I have really fallen in love with this gouache. And so many stunning colors. Okay, Schmincke, this is their Artist Grade Holbein Aquarelle. In transparent sienna, this is beautiful, a very beautiful color. It sits beautifully next to chartreuse as well. And I like that you can build it up but you can also use it lighter. There we go. Beautiful, very rich color. And then, while I'm thinking, then let's swatch the Holbein Acryla Gouache. I'm going to make smaller swatches because I don't have that much space left here. So this is a beautiful blue. Again, it sort of bounces off very nicely with all these colors. Actually, it works with the gray, it works with the chartreuse, with the Indanthrone Blue, with this color. Next color, so did I say this is light blue? And this is shell pink. I have this shell pink in other mediums, I think in a pencil and also in a watercolor. So it's a pale pastel pink. It's kind of in the middle. It's not too warm, it's not too cold or cool toned. And then finally we have flesh tint, which is I think perfect peach. It's been renamed to since, and I will leave the correct name that you will find it under now, but I think there are still some in stock that are with the old name flesh tint. It's sort of like a perfect peach in my mind. And then Rowney, so this, both of them are FW acrylic inks in Payne's Grey, this one is now. You only need very little if you wanted to create more of a watercolor effect, but if you wanted like a inky, acrylic-y type of effect, then of course you can build it up. And I'll try to move or lift some of the color just to show its beauty. Otherwise it looks pitch black. Okay, so here are the colors. They're still wet. I'll wait for them to dry and come back. So what I wanted to show you while things were still drying is a couple of things. So here we have got a couple of swatches of the Neocolor I in lemon yellow, and this is the Neocolor II. So I wanted to show you layering those products with other water-soluble paints, how it sort of all reacts together. So here I've tried Designer Gouache with a bit of raw sienna going over the top of the crayon, and you can see it sort of resists. I want to do the same with watercolor now and see how we get on, just to show you what happens exactly, so you can see it. So you can see I'm going over with paint and it sort of creates a resist, and it's a neat little effect that you can do. Now if we do the same over Neocolor II, it starts mixing into the paint. Sometimes you can still get some of those marks to stay, but if you really work it in with your brush, it mixes in with the color, and it actually made it a bit more milky in this case. So it changes the watercolor a little bit. Again, a really interesting effect that can be quite fun to incorporate into your art. And then I wanted to show you this beautiful color combo and the doodling you could do. Keep in mind that once this acrylic paint dries, it becomes permanent, not like the others where you could still get some water on the brush and kind of rework it, but this is all permanent, so it's not going to lift, and you could do lovely little doodle effects and have loads of fun with it. And I quite like those two colors together. You probably can't see anything just yet, but I'll bring it up close so you could have a look. So here they are, all of the swatches. So we have, let's just recap quickly, we've got Holbein Chartreuse Green, we have got Luminance Indanthrone Blue, Inktense in Sherbet Lemon, Molotow in Poison Green, then two Neocolor IIs, Beige and Light Grey, Neocolor I in Lemon Yellow. We have Designer Gouache by Winsor Newton for these two colors. This is Rose Sienna and Linden Green. And then we have Schmincke Transparent Sienna, Acrylic Gouache for these two colors by Holbein in Light Blue and Shell Pink, and FW Acrylic Ink in Flesh Tint and Payne's Grey. And here just a little play to show you what you could create mixing these art supplies. I hope you enjoyed it. It's still quite a vibrant color palette with a bit of blue in there. I have certainly introduced a little bit of blue into my winter, going into winter. We're still not there, but I'm kind of now in my mind, all I can think is sort of going into winter and introducing blues now to the color palette as well, but still keeping it quite lively and vibrant. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.